Hey, I'm John Greaves III. I'm the founder of Garage Gym Life Media. And you guys know I love home gyms. And so today I'm truly honored to be invited, along with you guys, into the home of Dylan Johnson. Dylan has got an amazing setup, and you guys are going to get to see it here today. Dylan, thanks for having us here.
How's it going?
It's good, man. It's good. And I know you got stuff going on. You're splitting babysitting duties with your wife. So we're not going to take up a lot of your time. That's part of the beautiful, chaotic garage gym life. So let's dive right into this home gym. Show us what you got.
All right, so
That
I'm
is
gonna
quite
start
the
kind of.
dumbbell setup, man. That is,
All
whoa.
right,
This is all in your
yeah,
house? That's amazing.
this is all in my garage. Yep.
Wow. What's the square footage of your garage?
It's right about 420, so it's about 23 feet wide by about 19, 20 feet deep.
Okay. Okay. All right, go ahead. Yeah, show us. Start wherever you want.
Well, since we started kind of right here, so we'll just kind of start from this way and work our way forward. Why don't we actually start with the bars? Because I actually just got in this transformer bar 2 days ago. So
Nice.
that
Okay.
is an awesome piece. I've been really wanting to get one for a long time, but I've been very hesitant because of the lead times. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Kabuki and their
Yeah. Oh,
bars
yeah.
and stuff. They've kind of blown up, and the lead times
Oh,
have
yeah.
been
Yeah. Yeah.
insane.
What's your favorite configuration with the transformer bar?
Um, Honestly, I've only used it once because I just got it in 2 days ago.
You use it like an
But
SSB?
I used it for front squats and goblet
Okay.
squats,
Nice.
and I
Okay.
really, really enjoyed that. So, just kind of playing around with it, it was really nice just to kind of take the pressure for doing like front squats off of my chest and shoulders. I've never been able to front squat very well because of that pressure. So being able to use the pad and everything like that, it's just been amazing for
100%.
that.
Okay, yeah, there's so many different configurations for that thing. It's so much more than just a safety squat bar. So yeah, you're gonna have fun playing. I don't have one, but I have used them. You're gonna have fun playing with that thing, man. All right, but
Oh yeah,
and I
I'm looking
saw a
forward to
I
it.
saw a Cadillac bar over there too. So let's check that out.
Yeah, so I've got just in this rack here. This is kind of my odd shaped specialty bars. We've got the Kabuki Cadillac there, and then also have the Rogue Camber bar kind of in the back. But the
Okay.
Cadillac is awesome for benching, overhead pressing, rows, even like hammer curls, things like that. And yeah, it's another great bar. I actually got that last year from my wife. She got it as a Christmas present for me. So
Oh,
that
nice.
was kind of special.
That's a good woman. Okay, nice. Either that, or she's telling you, hey, you need to get some benching in. Okay, I need a chest to lay on.
Going with the dumbbells, probably one of my favorite pieces in the gym. I picked this up about a year and a half ago off of Marketplace. I got a hell of a deal on it. I think it was like just under $1 a pound with the racks. They go from 5 all the way up to 100 pounds in 5 pound increments. They're Troy, let's see here. Yeah, Troy rubber coated pro style
Okay.
dumbbells.
Oh wow.
By
Okay.
far, yeah, by far one of my favorite pieces in the gym. An amazing score.
So let me ask you about those because my first job out of college was at a public gym, and we had a bunch of those pro style dumbbells, and we spent time even if there's a little stuff you can put on it like Loctite, but we still spent time going with a hex key and having to tighten them
Tightening
back
them.
down. Yeah, have you had to do that a lot?
I have not actually. So
Okay.
with these, and they were actually used. They came from a smaller commercial gym that had to close down locally, and they were pretty much almost like new condition. They're
Okay.
all the handles are straight, but I've never had to do any kind of tightening or anything to them. So I've been really lucky in
Nice.
that regard.
So you're saying everybody at the gym where I worked is just irresponsible with the equipment? That's what you're saying to me? Okay. All right, shots
Maybe a
fired. That's
little
fine.
bit.
That's fine. Okay, shots fired.
Coming down here, just kind of quick run through a few kettlebells, nothing too crazy. Just some light ones up to like 53 pounds, some slam balls. And then coming over here, we have a leg extension machine that I picked up used as well. That guy has been an awesome piece to have. It's able to be used for a lot of different things like seated calf raises, standing single leg curls. So pretty much kind of a side note here, anything that I have in my gym, I've gone through and I've been able to use it for more than one thing. Just because, as you know, with garage gyms, space is a premium. So
Oh
pretty much
heck yeah,
anything I
yeah.
have Yeah, pretty much anything I have has to be like either extremely useful for myself or my wife, or multi-purpose.
What is so? Do you have certain brands that you like to go back to over and over again? I know you got more than one product from Kabuki. Do you have a preference when it comes to cable stack machines like the leg extension, leg curl?
Um, Not particularly. I mean, for most of the like those types of cable machines, I prefer just to try and find like used commercial units,
Okay.
just because I find that they hold up better over time.
Okay.
Usually, if you can find them used, you can find pretty good deals on them. But apart from that, I don't particularly have any specific like brand loyalty or favorites or anything like that.
Okay. So let's take a look at that machine again. And tell me what brand it is.
Yeah. So just a Life Fitness commercial grade leg extension, bit older model, but does everything I need. Stack goes up to like 255 pounds down there, more than I'll ever need.
Nice. Nice. Okay. Okay. What else you got?
One of the most important tools in here, you've got the mop and bucket. Got to be able to keep
Oh,
everything clean.
100%. Yeah.
And then this is actually probably one of the best deals that I found is this Cybex leg press. I
Okay.
got this guy for, I think it was $250 again from a gym that closed down. But this is an awesome leg press just because of how compact it is compared to a lot of other commercial grade leg presses.
Okay.
And this has
Looks like you
been
have
an
an
awesome
ad
piece
med
to
on it. You have an
have.
ad med on there.
Yeah. So with this one, the only thing about it that I don't particularly like is this gap right in here. It's fairly large, so it just kind of hurts my tailbone sometimes when I'm going a little bit heavier. So
Okay.
I just kind of throw that in there just to kind of bridge that gap a little bit and take up that space. It's not for any kind of support or anything, just to kind of help with that issue. So keep going over here. Oop, try not to fall on something.
Yeah, don't do that.
So in this corner, I've got a few different things. You can see I've got the Concept 2 rower back there. Um, I also have inside, we've got just an old Life Fitness stair stepper, not like a stair mill, but just like a stepper that we use for most of our cardio. But the rower is great for just kind of like interval stuff. I use it a lot for my warm ups, about 5-10 minutes on it before I start working out, just get a bit of a sweat rolling. It's been a
Okay.
great piece to have. And here, this is the Rep Fitness FT 5000. I always forget what their naming scheme is. It's kind of funky. But the Rep Fitness FT 5000 functional trainer. Had this
I
for,
want to say that there is an accessory on that functional trainer that did not come from the manufacturer. Okay. Yeah, that's the one.
yep.
I love that. Okay. You have a son or a daughter?
Son. He's
Son.
10
Okay.
months old as of this month.
So I know some parents, especially so I have 4 boys and a little girl, so I know the answer to this question. Okay. But sometimes parents are concerned because they're like, well, how will my baby react to the noise? Because babies are noise sensitive. How does your child react to the noise of being in the gym when you're working out? And I'm assuming you don't work out in total silence. So how does your child react to that?
Um, it was kind of a slow process, really, just kind of starting out. So the biggest thing was just kind of slowly introducing him to the gym while we were working out.
Right.
Um, Over on my Instagram, I've got pictures back from when we first brought him home. Just kind of very, don't drop the phone. Just kind of very slowly introducing him in here, not trying to do anything too loud, keeping the music down a bit. And just over time, he got more and more used to it to the point where now that he's crawling around, he pretty much has the run of the gym while we're working out. We just got to be mindful
Oh,
of
yeah,
where
of
he is
course.
when we're doing anything.
Yeah, and you've built like tremendous core strength because you can't drop deadlifts, so you'll scare the baby. There you go. Like abs
Exactly.
of steel now. Nice. See that? The
Oh
hidden
yeah.
benefits. Yeah. All
Yeah, I
right.
even have
But
to be a little bit more careful during my workouts because I work out usually earlier in the morning, around like 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning. So
okay.
got to be a little bit more mindful of that as well, just to not wake him up because it shakes the whole house sometimes.
I hear you. Nice. Y'all heard him say I lift a lot of weight, right? You heard him tell you how strong he is. Right? Yeah, that's shaking the foundation. That's just how I live. All right. But let's go back over to that Rep Fitness. I want to see some of the accessories there.
This is something else that I added onto it. You can see back there, I've got a couple of wall control panels.
Okay.
We'll
Solid.
actually
Solid.
just move this guy out of the way. So this is, uh, you can see I've done a lot of like DIY stuff just to
Nice.
kind of
Okay.
make do with things until I can find like a nicer commercial unit for used on Facebook or Craigslist, things like that. just a little DIY kind of utility bench there. Nothing
Nice. I
fancy.
like that. I like that. Who
And
did you
then
do the upholstery yourself?
no, I actually found these pads again, just like on Facebook. They're like $5 a piece,
Okay.
and just picked them up from somebody and made them work. So that was what kind of gave me the idea to build that guy.
Nice. Okay.
But yeah, over here, so on the back of the functional trainer, you can kind of see that I've modified it a little bit to add some wall control panels to add a little bit of extra storage. Just makes things a little bit more versatile and cleans things up off the ground a bit.
Yeah, I'll put the link for this in the description because I know people like to watch our videos and they want to see like some of the stuff that you have. And I know somebody's going to want that because that looks like it doesn't take up a lot of space. It's got such a small looking footprint. It's nice.
It is. Yeah, this is a very nice piece. Just like the whole functional trainer in general. One of the reasons that I got this piece in particular, as opposed to trying to find something a little bit, again, more commercial grade, just because commercial grade tends to be kind of what I prefer. But one of the reasons I got this was because of the height. A lot of people tend to find that it's a little bit short, but you can kind of see if I can get back here, it fits just underneath my
Oh,
garage door.
nice.
So
That's awesome.
there's literally about 3 inches of clearance when the garage door is open. Um, so that was a big part of why I actually got this in the first place. Again, going back to that whole point of space is a premium in here.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing too. Like when I'm always a lot of times people see me wearing the shirt that says "I own the best gym in town." And I have it on a hoodie as well, and it's because I believe that this is the best gym in town. It's like I can custom tailor it to my needs, and so I love the fact that you're able to find something that's short enough to allow you to still do. I mean, essentially, you've replaced a cable crossover and plus several other machines in one space, and it's not taking up a huge footprint, like you said. So the garage is 23 feet long, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so that's really not a lot of space when you start putting stuff in there. So I love that vibe.
Yeah.
That's a nice, that's a legit purchase. Cool.
All right. So moving back over here again, just kind of on this whole wall, we've got a bit more storage, another wall control panel, Rogue belt band hanger with a bunch of belts. The long ones are from Rep Fitness, and then the short ones are actually from Elite FTS. Then we've got some like glute bands that are my wife's. A few Captains of Crush. I think actually one of these guys is Captains of Crush, and then the other is Juji Mufu's Grip Genie
Okay.
company.
Yeah.
Just a few things just to kind of play around with. I'm not big
Okay.
into grip training, but always got to try something new from time to
Oh,
time.
of course. I saw. Let's check out some of your that gadget right down there.
Yeah, so this is a belt squat that I built. Did a full video over on YouTube of it, but kind of based around the Sorinex J squat.
Okay.
I've seen when I built it, there were a lot of different kind of basic designs out there based around just like a lever arm, but none of them really incorporated a kickstand. So I kind of designed this around having the kickstand and the handle built into it, which
Nice.
just
Nice.
makes it much easier to kind of load and everything. You don't have to start all the way at the bottom of the position. And originally, I actually had this mounted to my rack, but as we'll get into a little bit later, I got some lever arms from Rogue, and they originally came in slightly twisted. So that's what that is. There is a slightly damaged lever arm that I just mounted to the wall, and
Okay.
from there I mounted this guy onto it.
Nice. I like that. Okay. All right. And let's get over here to the thing that everybody thought we were going to start with, the rack.
Okay, let me take a step back so you can actually see the whole thing here.
I like that you have the
So,
feet on it. Does that help with the stability a lot?
um, not particularly. The reason I actually got the feet originally was before I had the jammer arms or the lever arms, however you want to call them. Sometimes my wife and I would work out together in here. So one of us would be in the rack, one would be in front. And that way,
Okay.
with the feet on it, I could still do band work. So, like banded squats, bench, things like that on
Gotcha.
the front
Okay.
side of the rack. But
Okay.
because I have the 6 post, I personally have noticed zero difference in the stability with the front feet.
Yeah, I like that. Now, which model of rack is this?
This is the Rep Fitness, what is it, PR 4000. So they're kind of Monster Light equivalent, the 5/8 inch holes. Depth on this guy is the 41 inch.
Okay.
And Yeah, 6 post storage, a few different accessories on here. Um, Again, kind of one of my favorite things is these Rogue 50 cal trolley systems and lever arms.
Okay.
Attached to them, I've got the
What do you like
Rogue,
about the trolley system?
probably one of my favorite accessories for the rack. It's something that I really wish that I picked up sooner. It's
Okay.
extremely versatile. I know it gets a lot of hate, but
But
personally
why
for
do you
me,
like it? Why do you like it? Because you use it a lot. So what is it that
I
you like
do.
about it?
I'm able to simulate a lot of different machines with it. So pretty much almost any hammer strength style machine, I'm able to go through and simulate that type of movement, as well as I'm not sure if you're familiar with Prime Fitness and their dynamic loading system. With the way I have it set up here, so using the spotter arms as a kind of second loading point or a handle, I'm able to load it in different positions so that I can change the weight curve to mimic something like the Prime Fitness machines.
That's a Rogue product put onto a rep rack. So was it easy to get them to fit together, or did you have to do some finagling with it?
Yes, so with that, if people are familiar with Rep, they are a their units are what is it metric versus Rogue is all standard, so they tend to be a little bit smaller. Which the only issue that I kind of have had, it fits great, but there's a little bit of side to side play, which
Okay.
I don't know if you can kind of see here. This might be a better illustration of it. So you can kind of see there is a little bit of side to side play just because of that slight difference. However, I've got an idea for how to fix that. It'll involve kind of taking them apart and shimming. There's some UHMW plastic in here that goes along the edge,
Okay.
shimming it a little bit to kind of make that a little tighter. Haven't gone through and done that yet, but for the most part, they fit great.
That sounds like a another YouTube video in the making. So we are definitely going to get your. We're going to link to your YouTube channel when we're finished with this. That's way anybody who wants to can catch up with your channel, see all of the things, including the belt spot build, and they can keep up with any of your kind of like DIY adjustments to the pieces of equipment you have. Um, let's look at the monolith attachment arms. How do you like those?
I love these guys. So with these are the Titan Fitness. They're the X3 version. Again, for their kind of 5/8 inch style 3x3 racks. Um, these are an awesome piece. They're especially really nice because of in a garage gym setting, you're often alone. So if you're doing any kind of heavy benching, anything like that, it really helps to be able to set yourself before you unrack the weight, and you don't have to do any kind of crazy unrack. You don't need a spotter. So I really like those. It's been really great for my shoulders, and even squatting, I don't have any issue with clearance on them. So I love
Okay.
those.
And I noticed you have another wall control board on the wall that's to your right. Did you position these wall control boards in terms of proximity to where they're most going to be used, or did you just try to place them so that you could kind of maximize your wall space?
No, so I did place them kind of where they are going to be used. So as you can kind of see with this one, this is all attachments that go with the lat pull down that I've got here.
Okay.
So these are all just kind of different pulling attachments specific to that. I don't really transfer any of these over to the functional trainer. So these kind of live right here, right next to the lat pull down.
All right. Now let's go back to the bars before we close out. Um, you've got multiple bars. Okay. For somebody who's starting out, which one of those would you say would be the best one to just start with if somebody's getting their setup started? And then which one would you say would be the best one to go to? Uh, okay, I've got my basic bar, and now I want to add a bar to that.
So for most people, what I would probably recommend as a very good starter bar is going to be this one on the top here.
Okay,
Not necessarily in this coating, but that is a Rogue Ohio Power Bar,
okay,
45-pound version. And that is just a great general kind of all-purpose, all-around bar. It was my first bar that I got, and it has served me extremely well over the years. So that's
okay,
kind of what I would recommend.
okay.
And then kind of going from there, I'd say it depends a little bit more on your training style or preference, whether you want to go with something that's a little bit more like Olympic lifting based, or if you just want to move into more like specialty bars. For
Gotcha.
me, a bar that I've actually really enjoyed is this guy here. This
I
is
figured
the
it. I thought you were gonna go for the band bell next. I was like, let's see. All right, because a lot of people don't really understand why that's such an important piece of gear to have. That's actually on my
Mm.
personal wish list. But go ahead and talk about why you like it so much.
Yeah, so the Barbell Rhinoflex, it's definitely a unique, one of the most unique bars that I've ever used. So with this guy, it only weighs 10 pounds, but the reason for that is because of the style of bar it is. So when you're using it, it flexes a lot more than a traditional barbell, which creates kind of this oscillation effect, which is supposed to kind of help engage your stabilizers. Really helps with like shoulder health if you're doing any kind of pressing movements. And overall, it's just such a unique bar that a lot of people just have never really heard of it, seen one. I think it's still fairly new, but that is one of my favorite specialty bars that I've ever used. Second bar down here, this blue one is actually, I'm not sure if you're familiar with Rogue. Occasionally they do a grab bag special.
Okay.
This was a 28 millimeter grab bag bar.
Okay.
It's kind of a very rare thing that they do on the website that they started like last year. So the way it works is you can select the shaft diameter, and then everything else about the bar is just kind of a grab bag. So it's completely random what you get. You can see with this one, the reason that it was a grab bag is because they've kind of removed the coating there. The Cerakote has been completely removed from the backside of the bar.
So it's essentially a blemish sale.
Yep. Yeah,
Okay.
it's essentially a blemish sale. You pick the shaft, the size of the bar, and then everything else is just a random grab bag. They probably just got like a mix of parts that they match to the bar, and then they ship it out to you.
Gotcha. One thing that I do want to talk about before we close that a lot of home gym owners do not pay attention to, but you obviously did because you don't use this garage for parking, but a lot of people use their garages for storage. And you have mastered the storage idea because I see your shelving. So talk me through this, some of the shelving where you got it, because it's not really an exercise thing, but it is important because it makes your home gym a dual function space for the entire family.
Exactly. Yeah. So a big thing once I finally convinced my wife to give up her half of the garage, that took a while in and of itself. We had to figure out where to kind of store everything. So we basically just got some basic shelves that you can pick up at Home Depot. I think we got these at Home Depot or Lowe's. And then again, just kind of some basic shelving that we've installed here to hold like all of our holiday boxes, Christmas tree in that big box there. I've actually had to reinforce it a little bit because one time it came crashing down in the middle of the night because it's a little bit heavy.
Mm. Yeah, that's not good.
But yeah, but yeah, just some basic shelving to get stuff up and off the ground, and it just frees up a lot more space for the gym itself. And then over here is just kind of a ceiling mount for all of our different skis and snowboards and things like that. Just again, get everything off the walls, get it off the ground, and just free up space for the rest of the gym.
And if you open your garage door, does it have enough clearance to get around the skis?
It does. Yep.
Okay.
So I made sure that that was like just above. I don't know if you can kind of see it, but I made sure that it's just
Okay.
above the height of the garage door itself.
Well, good, man. Well, Dylan, like I said, I'm not going to take up a lot of your time because your wife is watching the baby and she's got to get some rest. So I do appreciate you letting us hang out with you in your home gym. And I want people to be able to check out your YouTube channel and the awesome content you have on there, as well as all of the stuff you have on Instagram. So how can people follow you on social media and what's your YouTube channel?
So my YouTube channel is Dylan K. Johnson. And then over on Instagram, you can find me at dkj.fit.fit. And that's pretty much my social media. I post over on YouTube, trying to do like at least once a week, but I do a lot of like DIY content. And then over on Instagram, I post pretty much on the daily basis.